Banks love to slap a big, bold cashback percentage on their ads, but that number is almost never what you actually earn. Today, we're breaking down the gap between the advertised rate and your real, effective cashback rate, and exposing the caps and rules that quietly shrink your rewards. By the end, you'll know exactly what to check before you ever apply for one of these cards. When a card says it offers cash back, that headline number is usually the best-case scenario, not your everyday reality. It might only apply to one specific spending category, only during a promotional window, or only up to a certain dollar amount before the rate drops. Your effective rate is what you actually earn once you average your cash back across everything you buy in a year. For most people, that number ends up noticeably lower than the advertised figure, simply because most of our spending doesn't fall into the bonus category. Flat-rate cashback cards give you the same percentage back on every purchase, no matter the category. The appeal is obvious. No tracking, no rotating categories, no mental math. The trade-off is that the flat rate is typically set lower than the top rates offered on bonus categories from other card types. These cards tend to work best for people who want simplicity and don't want to manage multiple cards or remember quarterly categories. Category-based cards offer a higher cashback rate on specific spending areas, like groceries or gas, while everything else earns a lower base rate. This can boost your effective rate significantly if your spending naturally lines up with those categories. But banks often cap how much spending qualifies for the bonus rate within a given period. Once you cross that cap, your rate on additional spending in that category can drop sharply, sometimes down to the base rate without much fanfare in the marketing. Some cards change their bonus categories every few months, requiring you to activate the new category to actually earn the higher rate. Miss the activation step, and you may earn only the base rate that period, even though the advertised bonus is prominently featured. These cards can produce a strong effective rate for highly organized spenders willing to track and activate categories consistently. But for anyone who forgets to opt in, the real-world return can quietly slip toward the lower end. Spending caps are one of the most common ways advertised rates and effective rates diverge. A card might promote an attractive percentage back in a category, but only up to a set spending threshold each cycle or year. After that point, the rate on further purchases in that category typically falls. If your spending in that category is modest, you may never notice the cap. If it's high, the cap can meaningfully drag down your blended, effective cashback rate over the year. Even if you earn cash back at a great rate, how and when you can redeem it matters. Some programs require you to reach a minimum balance before redemption is allowed. Restrict redemption to specific formats like statement credit or gift cards, or cause unredeemed rewards to expire after a certain period of inactivity. None of these rules show up in the big, bold percentage on the home page, but they absolutely affect the real value you walk away with. An annual fee effectively reduces your net cash back, so a card with a higher advertised rate but a fee attached may actually net you less than a no-fee card with a lower rate, depending on your spending level. Even more important, carrying a balance and paying interest can erase any cashback benefit many times over, since interest charges typically outpace what you're earning back in rewards. Cashback cards are designed with the assumption that you pay your statement in full each month. Instead of comparing headline percentages, calculate your own likely effective rate by estimating your actual spending across categories over a year and applying each card's real rules, caps, and fees to that estimate. Check for spending caps, category activation requirements, redemption minimums, and annual fees before you compare anything else. This kind of side-by-side, based on your real spending pattern, is the only fair way to know which card actually pays you more. The best cashback card isn't the one with the biggest number in the ad. It's the one whose real rules match how you actually spend. Do the math on your own habits before you apply, And don't be afraid to ask a card issuer directly about caps and redemption terms. If this kind of honest, no-hype breakdown is useful to you, subscribe for more videos that cut through financial marketing and get to what actually matters for your money.